Just so you guys know, moving forward, not that you guys would be surprised, but we will be recording this for students who are unable to make it. So please keep everything appropriate as you guys always have. So that's not even an issue. But again, a couple little things in here I want to go through and let you guys know these changes that are happening. First of all, we are not going to be calling this an extra help session. I think a lot of students were using that as, hey, I don't have any problems with school. I don't have any questions. I'm not going to show up. But there were some times that is important just to check in. And I don't think anything crazy new was last week, but the week before and the week before that, there were some changes. So I want to make sure that we have that as an opportunity. So I'm going to show a quick slide. And all right, I need one or two people to take your microphone off just to say you can see the new slide that I put up, because I can't see you guys.
I can see it.
I can see it.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. So again, just a morning check-in. This is a new term that we're going to be using. It's not extra help session anymore. I'm going to do my best to keep these as short as possible still. I don't want to keep you guys any longer than you want to probably be here this early in the morning. But in the morning, this is what we're going to be doing on Mondays. So what I need you guys to do right now, please type the below information into the chat bar. And it must be in the same line. So don't just type your first name and then click enter, then your last name and enter. I want you to type first, last name, the color, and the period of your class. So if it was me, I would be Dennis Horton, Blue Day, period 7-8. If you guys could quickly type that into your chat bar, that would be super, super important for me. So I could keep track of who came. And I'll leave that up there for a second or two. Actually, let me go back and check real quick. Cool. They're all popping up. Great. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. So my next slide. Oops, someone's trying to get in. I think that was Mason that just came in. Mason, if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to put this back up on the screen for you, bud. Type into the chat bar first and last name, color, and the period of the class. Put it all in one line. Don't separate it. All right, so let's go to the next slide. When you guys look up here, you're going to see phys ed classes on the left. My health classes are on the right, so you can focus just on your own box. I'm going to talk quickly, though, about the blue box, which is the phys ed class. We're meeting, and for both classes, actually, we're always meeting here between 9 and 10 o'clock. On Wednesdays, you guys are going to receive in phys ed class. We're going to continue with our lesson units. So we have lacrosse. We're going to try to squeeze in a day or two of hockey, and then we're going to finish up with some soccer. So those are the units that you're going to see. On Wednesday at 9:30 to 10 o'clock, I'll be doing something similar to this, where we'll get on. I'm going to discuss something about the topic of lacrosse, which is going to be one more lesson this Wednesday. And then from that lesson, I'll be providing you guys with some assignment that could be done right then and there, so you can get credit. Those that cannot make it, let's say you have another class that shows up and that class wants you guys to, it's mandatory. You've got a quiz, you got a test, you have assignment, DBQ, something's coming up that's really big. You can obviously miss any of these classes that we have that are online, because I'll be sending them to you guys in a recorded session. You'll always have the opportunity to make it up. The advantage to being in it at the same time is you can ask any questions that are going on, and it's an opportunity to connect with students that are already in those classes. All right. And then on Friday, there's going to be a reflection on a fitness packet. This is not going to change. This has been the same pretty much since this whole thing started. I'm going to go a little bit more into that in a second. But if we move over to the next box, which is our health class, same thing, Mondays, 9 to 10 o'clock. Wednesdays, you guys will continue with the unit lesson. Your lesson on Wednesday is going to be from 9 to 9:30, though. My phys ed classes are 9:30 to 10 o'clock. You guys are a little bit earlier, so it's 30 minutes. Will probably only be 20 minutes out of the 30 by the time people check in, by the time we check out. I will be showing to my health classes the units that we have remaining. Right now we have eating disorders, then we have mental illnesses, and then we're going to try to cover the basics and the introductory lesson of vaping, alcohol, things like that. So those are things to look forward to. Again, those would be live sessions. You'll have an opportunity to answer the questions right then and there in that session. Otherwise, again, it will be sent to you, and then you have the opportunity to do it afterwards. All right. On Fridays for my health classes, you guys will have things similar to what you have been getting, like an ed puzzle and or a reflection of some kind based on the lesson that we just had on Wednesday. All right. If you guys could also check that your microphones are off. I keep getting some feedback. That would be awesome. All right. This one's very important for all my classes. We are now starting, I think, week 9. It's at least week 8. I think week 9 now. And there are still some assignments that haven't been turned in from like 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. And I can't keep going back and keep checking every assignment every day with these missing assignments or late assignments. So I know last week I'd asked students, hey, if you turn something in late, please just shoot me an email. We could still do that, but I have to put a deadline on these old assignments. So if you take a look at the left side, the phys ed class is Wednesday by 4 p.m. So I'm giving you guys a little extra time to get caught up because I gave you guys the announcement yesterday. My health classes, I gave you guys this announcement on Friday. So I need my health classes. Please get your stuff into me today by 4 o'clock. I'm also going to ask you guys to reach out to your friends that are in the class. Just remind them, give them a gentle reminder, hey, don't forget Mr. Horton now has a deadline for past assignments to be due today by 4. Same thing with the phys ed class. You guys have until Wednesday, but remind all your friends in class, just a gentle reminder, hey, don't forget to get these assignments in. I'm always going to try to be lenient with you guys. I know that there's a lot of stuff going on at everybody's home. Everyone's home is slightly different. And there could be something that was going terribly wrong in the beginning of this pandemic, but things are going well now. And they just haven't really got back into the groove of things yet. And it could have been the opposite way, where things were great in the beginning and maybe some things are becoming more challenging now. So that becomes a task in itself. If that ever happens, please, 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 please do not ever stress out about anything in my classes. Just shoot me an email. Say, Mr. Horton, this is what's going on. What can you do to help out? That's it. And I'd be happy to guide you guys through that. This next one. This is really important, and I believe this is my last slide. So tips on getting a passing grade or getting great grades, because health class, as you guys saw last week, the grade system is now up and out so that those that are getting grades for health, science, English, there's a grading band, which basically means if you were going to get an A or an A plus last time, that range was like maybe 5 points. That has now expanded a little bit so that you guys have opportunities to get better grades. So there's some tips I have for you. Please get your assignments in on time. It is very challenging. Some teachers they don't have as many students. So many of you already know, but I have 286 students. For me to go back and check every single day, I have 11 different class sections. It takes time. It takes a lot of time, and I don't mind doing it, but it is challenging to get everything back to you, to get grades updated, get assignments corrected, etc. So keep that in mind. Get your assignments in on time. Check the parent portal for your grades. Everything has been updated. It was updated, I think, about 10 days ago. All the assignments have been in. If you check the parent portal and you notice there's a 0 or even a grade that shouldn't be in there. I did have some issues where a grade was a little bit lower than it should have been. Check that. Check that those grades are there that you have earned. If there is a 0 and you know you turned an assignment in, shoot me an email, but don't say, I should have had this assignment in. I don't know what period you're in, what day you're in. I don't know exactly what assignment you're referring to. Please provide some information. And Gabe, I know you're in here, Gabe O. You give the best emails, and this is what I'm asking for everyone. I want you to say, hi, Mr. Horton. This is, and Gabe, I'm going to use you. This is Gabe O from your period 10 silver health class. I don't know if it's silver or blue, Gabe, but I'm just throwing that out there. And this is what I'm having a problem with. I noticed that this grade should have been a 60 for this assignment. Gabe gives specifics, and that's what I would like from everybody. Please provide specifics. The period you're in, the class you're in, the assignment you're referring to, and what you think your grade should be. All right? And that will help me a lot. Otherwise, for one student, just so you guys have an understanding, for one student, it's probably about, I'd say 5 to 10 steps for me to find out, okay, this is Gabe O. Now I have to open up a different web browser, log in, get into Infinite Campus. Then I have to go to the search bar. Then I have to go type it. There's just so many steps. Again, we do it. I have been doing it, but it's going to help you get that update much faster. All right, moving on. Classwork link now is super organized. If you guys can get to the back of your classroom link in the Google Classroom, I was able to go back in and really organize a tremendous amount of stuff. I did not realize how complicated it looked. So in the defense of every student, it was very confusing. If you go to Parent Portal or you guys go to the grading system and you realize something's missing, you could very easily go and find these assignments now in the back of the classroom section. So that should make things much easier for everyone. Check the Google Calendar for your assignments. This is something I'm finding over the last couple of weeks. Many students don't even know exists. If you click on that classwork link, underneath that classroom link is a Google Calendar. Every teacher that uses a Google Classroom will have their assignments in your calendar. So you could check to see what assignments might have been missing and or are coming up. So if you have friends that haven't filled out an assignment or completed an assignment yet, that's where they can go into and they go, oh my gosh, I missed this, I missed this. And I don't think it tells you it was missed, but you'll be able to know like, oh my gosh, that's an assignment I didn't even do. I don't even remember the name of that assignment. All right, I already went over this, but it's really important to show again. Email me with your first and last name, the period and color of a day, and then some details. Please, the details are so important of what the assignment is, what your grade you think it should be. All right, fitness packets. We're going to hand out fitness packets. I have another one I'm going to send out to my phys ed classes. These fitness packets, you do not turn these in. Do not turn a fitness packet back in. Don't just click submit or turn in. The fitness packet is for you to actually participate in those exercises. We'll give you one exercise or one Google slide, and you have 2 days to finish it, okay? The assignment related to the packet is called a fitness packet reflection. That's what you guys are going to get on those Fridays. I'm going to go back real quick to here. If you see in that blue box, it says reflection on the fitness packet. Okay, so please do not turn those assignments back into us. It's just flooding mailboxes. It's flooding the classroom with things on the teacher side, and it doesn't have to be done. It's one extra thing that you don't even have to do. All right, so that is my presentation to you